All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the aqua that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Help Your People Recognize Who They Are. Help your people recognize who they are. Now I got aspires to do this lesson because I was just meditating on how, our people do not know who they are. And the only way that they can learn about their true nationality, which is them being Israelites, speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the only way they can find out about it is if they learn the truth from the apostles and the different bishops and elders and brothers on down. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has given us this wisdom, and now it's our job to spread this wisdom to everyone. All right, to everyone. Whether the 2/3 want to receive it, the 2/3 are not going to receive it. Salakia, the 2/3 are not going to receive it. All right, but the 1/3 will. It's going to consist of the 144,000 and the small remnant that's going to make it. All right, that's going to come out of the different peoples, nations, kindreds, and tongues. Okay. So the only way that they can learn about their true nationality is we have to go out there and teach them. All right. So when you come into this knowledge, you're not supposed to hide your talent in a napkin. Like the scriptures say, you're not supposed to do that, man. As soon as you come into this knowledge and you get to the point where you feel like you gained enough knowledge to the point where you want to tell people, then it's your job to tell the people, because Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has called you into this truth to help wake up your people. Because the thing is, it's still a lot of Israelites out there that don't know that they're Israelites. This is why you always see newcomers coming into the fold. All right, because the Most High is still waking up his people. So this is why we got to consistently do the work so we can tell our people who they really are. Just like I found this picture right here. They got the Native American vibe, but they also got the Judah vibe. And this is our job to let them know, like, the reason why you all have the same vibe is because you all are the same people by blood. When you start breaking down the scriptures, when you start going into history and these different things, and everything comes to light, people start understanding, like, damn, we are the same people. You be like, yeah, just pay attention to the way each and one of these tribes act. Pay attention to their behavior. You'll be like, yeah, we all act the same. We just have our spiritual differences. But we are all one body, man. We're all family. So when it comes down to it, the only way they're going to recognize and learn about who they are is you got to go teach, man. You have to teach. This is a work that the Most High has called you into, and this is a very serious work. This is not something that you're supposed to be playing around with. As soon as you get to the point where, like I said, you have enough knowledge so you can start spreading this wisdom to the masses, it is your responsibility to do so all the way until we can't, because we understand that famine of the word is coming. There will be a time where we will not be going out into the highways and the byways and uploading these videos because Esau's getting ready to shut this place down. But until then, we have to work and help our people recognize who they are. Now we understand that 2/3 are not going to receive this. Okay. And 2/3, it's going to be a lot of Israelites that know that they're Israelites, and they're going to be 2/3 too, because they believe in different doctrines, and those different doctrines is going to get them destroyed ultimately. But we understand that as well, that 2/3 of our people that's not in the truth, they're not going to receive this word. So of course we go out there for the elect. All right, we go out there for the elect. But at the same time, like I said, we still tell 2/3 who they are anyway. So then when these prophecies start popping off, they can't say in the back of their mind that they never heard this truth, and then they can be without excuse. And ain't gonna be no excuses. All they can do is just feel the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So this is our job. This is our duty. It's to do this work, man. All right. So let's jump into the scriptures. Like I said, let's start off with Psalms 83. We're gonna start off with Psalms 83. Hold on one second. And let's start at, we can go down. We can start up here first. Psalms 83. And let's start at 1. It says, a song or a psalm of Asaph Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who's the hidden ones? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you don't know your true nationality. You are hidden. They told you that you were black. They told you that you were Mexican, Jamaican, Native American, Seminole Indian, Brazilian, Puerto Rican, so forth and so on. They told you that you were these things instead of telling you who you really are. So you're hidden. All right. Verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabar, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. So these different heathen nations started with Edom, which is a so-called white man. They have worked together to keep you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans blind to who you are. This is why when you go into the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it tells you the different things that we were going to go through for going against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is ultimately breaking the commandments, statutes, and laws, right? And one of those things that you will read in the curses is we was going to be living in the ghettos. We were going to be cursed in the city. So all of these different nations that we just read about, they have a play, they have a hand in making sure that we stay at the bottom. This is why when you go in the hoods, Esau owns the hoods. He gets all the money from you all, right? He gets all the money from the different businesses and everything like that. But inside of the hood, what do you have? You have the beauty supply stores, which Moab or Ammon owns, which is the Chinese and Japanese people. Okay. Then you have, the Africans. They own the gas stations and other different parts, and they make money off of you. All right. And all these other nations, man, they make money off of you. They make money off of you, and they make sure to keep you down at the bottom. They feed you garbage food. All right. And they make sure that you never leave, man. All of these nations have a hand in keeping us at the bottom, but the time is getting ready to be up, because one of the reasons why is because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has put the spirit upon the apostles, and apostles taught us, and now this word is definitely beyond viral. This Israelite thing is known everywhere, so there's no excuse. So now it's coming to a time where these heathen nations are not going to be able to put in their work to keep us at the bottom anymore. We're getting ready to rise up because we're out there doing what? Teaching this word, man. We teaching this word, okay? So let's get Isaiah 58:1, because this is what the Most High told us to do. This is what the Most High told us to do. This is Isaiah 58:1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. All right. So when we go out to the highways and the byways, we speak loud. That's why it says, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. It says, spare not, meaning we don't care about people's feelings. We're going to go out there and tell you what the Lord has told us. We're going to go out there and tell you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord has given us. And we're going to tell you, this is what you're doing wrong. You got to stop celebrating holidays. Stop smoking. Stop being a homosexual. So forth and so on, man. Everything that goes against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we're going to tell you that you need to stop doing this, because you are the chosen people of the Most High. You're the chosen people of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we telling you, if you keep being a part of this world and doing these things that these heathen nations has seduced you to keep doing, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. Point blank, period. There's not going to be no games. He's just going to instantly just be like, it's going to be one day where he's going to be like, okay, we gave him enough warning. They don't want to listen. Now we got to take them out of the earth. This is how the Most High operates, man. Because the word is out here. The word is out here. It's going to be a time where great judgment is going to be brought down on the earth, where he's just going to have multiple deaths happening at once. At once, man. Because he's getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven. And this is another thing that we tell you all too. The kingdom of heaven is getting ready to be established on the earth. According to Revelation, the 5th chapter. It tells you the kingdom of heaven, we're going to rule on the earth. This is what's getting ready to happen. This world that you currently live in right now is getting ready to perish. So we have to tell you these things, because following the commandments, statutes, and laws is a way to let you understand who you really are. It's a way to help you recognize who you are, because we have a thing that is above what these heathen nations do. You know, when you look at the way Esau orchestrate things in this world, everything is off, man. The management in this earth is off. But when you follow the commandments, statutes, and laws, everything is perfect. And this is how you get to the point where you understand who you are. All right. And this is what we need to do. Romans 10 and 13. And it says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." So one of the things that you have to recognize is you have to call upon the name of the Lord, which is Yahawashi. All right. You have to call on God, who is Yahweh. That's his name. You have to call on Yahweh. And then you have to call on his son, Yahawashi. You got to stop calling on Jesus. You got to stop doing that, man. That's going off. This is why, you know, we getting, you know, brothers get on these different groups, especially, you know, like IUIC, because they don't call on the names of the Lord at all. At all. How you going to be saved if you don't call on the Savior? How you going to be saved by calling on what everybody else in the world calls on? We supposed to be in the truth. We supposed to be way above these churches, man. So if we still calling on the names that people in the world call on, how you going to make it? When you literally go up to these churches where they be doing those little raids or whatever it's called, you're going up to these churches or whatever, telling them like, yeah, you going off doing this, y'all going off doing that. But you'll still be like, yeah, Christ, Christ, Christ. The same thing that they say. It doesn't make any sense. So one of the ways that you recognize who you are is by calling on the name of the Lord. Because as soon as you call on the name of the Lord and you're sincere about it, the Lord will start blessing you with wisdom. And this is how you be saved in the end too, by depending and leaning on those names. Because the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi is a strong tower. All right. Let's read it again. It says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in whom?" Oh, excuse me. Salakia, let me read that again. It says, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?" So if you come into this knowledge, how they going to be able to understand who they are if they don't hear this word? How they going to be able to call on the correct names if they never been taught the names? How they going to be able to start believing if they never heard of the good news, which is the gospel? They need a preacher. So like I said, if the Most High put the Spirit upon you to come across the videos or have you walk past a camp and you start understanding this, man, you got to get to the point where you got to tell your people. You got to do the work, man. You got to do the work, because you got to help fulfill Revelation the 7th chapter. All right. Because we trying to help seal the elect. As soon as the elect is sealed, that's when the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, that's when the destruction is going to start happening. Without you doing the work, the elect will not wake up. They will not wake up. So you got to go out there and let them know what it is. So then that way they can start doing what? They can start calling on the names. They can start believing. And then ultimately, if the Most High put the Spirit upon them, then they could become teachers. All right. Or they can be believers, whichever one it is that the Most High has them do. But at the end of the day, you help you help do your part by help waking up the elect, man. All right. Let's go. What it say? Verse 15. It says, "And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things." Yeah, this gospel is going to bring peace, because ultimately, when you bring out this gospel, it does bring you joy, because now you have faith in something. Now you believe in something. Now you're living for a greater purpose in life. You understand why everything the way it is. The elect can see this clear as day, man. They be like, oh, okay, now I understand why we on the bottom and Esau is on the top. Now I know why our people hate each other. Now I know why filthiness is being pushed in this world. You just see things because you're not in the matrix anymore, man. You move forward in the spirit. So this is a thing of peace, because ultimately this will bring us peace. If you stay in this truth all the way into the end, and then Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai chooses you to be saved, you're going to be the first fruits to experience peace, because you're going to be at rest finally, man. You're going to be able to rest because the Most High is going to give you all things. He's going to give you a reward, man. Okay, so let's get Ezekiel 37, because this is definitely, of course, a popular one when you first come into this truth. It's Ezekiel 37 chapter. It says, verse 1, it says, the hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which is full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. What are those bones? The Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites. And it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Lord power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. So this is what we do. We go out there and prophesy, so then our people can hear the words of the Lord. They won't be dry anymore, because the scriptures tell you, as his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the fountains of living waters. As soon as you get this understanding, you won't be dry anymore, man. All right. Verse 5, it says, thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. That's right. And I will lay sinews upon you, and bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live. And you shall know that I am the Lord. Yeah, because when you come into this knowledge, you do live. You're not dead within the spirit anymore. You're not living according to the lie that was given to you. You're not living that life no more, man. You're not walking around saying I'm black. You're not walking around saying I'm Brazilian, I'm Colombian, all these different things, man. In the back of your mind, you're like, no, I'm an Israelite. You know, we all don't know exactly what tribe we're from, but you know, we go off of what we see. For instance, you know, I'm a so-called black man, yeah, so I'm gonna be like, well, I'm from the tribe of Judah. And then, of course, through the spirit, you can just tell with certain brothers. You be like, nah, you from this tribe, you from that tribe. All right. So this is the type of understanding that you should be having. All right. This is what gets you to the point where you'll be able to live, because now you're refreshed within the spirit. You're being born again. Okay. Verse 7, it says, so I prophesy as I was commanded. See, as I was commanded. This is a commandment from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. When you come into this knowledge, it is commanded of you to go out there and help your people recognize who they are. Tell them who they are. And it says, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. So this is what we do. This is what we do. We feed them this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so they can get the breath. They can be able to breathe. They can be able to live, and they can understand everything that's going on. Their eyes and their ears will be open. So we're supposed to go out there and prophesy unto the people and let them know exactly what's going on. All right. Let's get one last scripture, then we'll close it out. Let's get Baruch 2:30, because this is what's going to happen in the last days. It says, for I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, hard-headed, because our people are hard-headed. They don't like taking orders. They don't want to listen to nobody. They just want to do everything according to the way that they feel like it should be done, or things should be done. All right. You know, all of us have been told that growing up, like, man, you hard-headed, you hard-headed. I keep telling you to do this, do that, and you do the complete opposite. That's what our people are doing right now with the Lord. All right. But then it says what? It says, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. How are they going to remember themselves? Because of the different teachers, the apostles and the different brothers on down, teaching the word. They were going to remember themselves, meaning they were going to remember who they really are. They wasn't going to live according to what was given to them on this side. Verse 31, it says, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. The elect is going to hear this truth and they're going to understand it. Verse 32, and it says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. There it is. That name again. You got to call on the correct names. All right. And this is what we're doing. We're calling on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we're praising him in the land of our captivity. Were we not brought over here in cargo slave ships? Were we not taken down? Did not the conquistadors take down the northern kingdom? Everybody knows the history, man. Did not Christopher Columbus come over here and slaughter the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians? Did that not happen? Is this not the land of our captivity? It is. And what we're doing in the land of our captivity, we're going out there in front of our enemies and telling them that they're getting ready to go down, because there's a greater power that's getting ready to return, which is Yahushua. Verse 33, and it says, return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. Yeah, the elect is going to turn from being hard-headed. They're going to humble themselves as a little child. That's what Yahushua said. He said, in order for you to receive the kingdom, you have to humble yourself as this little child, meaning you have to start from the beginning, man, and listen. Because that's what Apostle Gabar was just going into in one of his recent videos. He was like, a lot of these dudes do not want to listen, man. One of the things that stuck in my head too when he made that video, it was like, hey man, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So the ears is doing more work, man. The ears should be doing more work than the other piece. So when you come into this truth, man, you gotta humble yourself down, listen to what the apostles and the different brothers are saying, learn, and then you'll be all right. And then after that, you'll return from your stiff neck, and you'll stop doing wickedness. You're gonna start rehearsing the righteous acts, like it says in Judges 5:11. Continuing, it says, for they shall remember the way of their fathers with sin before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. This is the time that we're coming into. We're coming into the time where the Lord is getting ready to give us our land back. Okay, we're getting ready to go back to the land of Israel, where the small hats are at. We're getting ready to take that place back. And he's getting ready to set up his people. We're getting ready to live within the blessing that Isaac gave Jacob. Okay, we're getting ready to finally live within that blessing, man. Okay, and we're going to be increased. And we're going to remember the ways of our fathers. The ways of our fathers was faith, man. Everything that our forefathers did started with Abraham. Like I said, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Enoch, Moses, everybody, man. Everybody shows some type of faith and believed in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is what we're getting ready to do right now within these last days, because we're coming into Jacob's trouble, man. The most terrible time in human history. This is what we're getting ready to live, but the elect is going to show their faith throughout that time, and they're going to make it. And Lord willing, we do make it. So this is what we do, man. We go out there, we help our people recognize who they are through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. So this is your whole duty. If you come across this truth and you believe in it, show the Most High you really do, man. All right. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm gonna say, call Halayim Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the 4 corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazan, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.